Hello, and today I am going to be covering a potential tornado outbreak to happen. This is today's risk area. We do have an enhanced risk for severe weather in Dallas, Texas, Tyler, Texas, and generally in that portion of Texas. Remember these lines. Turn around, don't drown. So if you encounter flooded roadways, turn around. You do not know what's in the water. And if you see it being very shallow and not deep, it still could be deep. You really never know. And also when thunder roars, go indoors. When thunder roars, go indoors. When the lightning can strike from 10 miles away. So when you hear thunder, head indoors, as a thunderstorm may be approaching. This is me from the future, and they did actually upgrade it to a high risk now, and also I tried uploading it, but it did not work, mainly because the soundtrack was way too loud. So this is not gonna have soundtrack, so you can hear me. Now, we move on quickly to the, tomorrow, the main day in this outbreak. As of now, they have a moderate risk. And the cities included in the moderate risk is Memphis, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Birmingham, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi, and Huntsville, Alabama. So if you live in those regions, you are in a primary threat for severe weather. Now, the National Weather Service did, in fact, mention that pretty soon they might have to issue a high risk. Tomorrow we have a 15% significant tornado risk. It very well could be upgraded if they issue a high risk. It actually will. And the 15% significant area includes Memphis, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Birmingham, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi, and Huntsville, Alabama. Now, we also, for damaging winds, have a significant area or hatched area in very similar regions. And then the area of hail moves more south, significant in around Memphis, Tennessee, Jackson, Mississippi, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and Jackson, Tennessee, and Jonesboro, Arkansas. And we are looking at a 30% significant threat for hail. And one day later, we just have a few areas of marginal risk. Here is my risk map, and I pretty much use the same colors as the Storm Prediction Center. Here is my flooding outlook, and again, I use very similar coloring to the SPC and the previous one. Looking at the temperatures, the circled area is where we could be seeing some severe thunderstorms. Really, in order for there to be severe thunderstorms, you need at least 50 degrees. Here is the dew point, or the moisture in the air, and in order for there to be severe thunderstorms, you need at least 60, and right here we are seeing 60s, maybe even 70s for the dew points. Based on the helicity, we are really looking at the circled area to be the bullseye for helicity, which helicity can make there more lightning active storms, and it can make there some larger hail. looking at our instability, our surface-based CAPE, the amount of energy in our atmosphere, and over some of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, we are seeing up to 3,000, and you need at least 500 in order for severe storms. Here is our supercell composite, and we get up to about 18 to maybe even 20 right on this map. Based on the wind shear, we have a widespread area where there's enough for maybe a few isolated tornadoes. And also in this area, we have right in the middle, an area where there could be some long track tornadoes that are numerous. We have a lot of potential storms to be coming over the next few days, and that will trigger all this severe weather in the deep south tomorrow. A line of thunderstorms develops in Texas and then moves up north with multiple supercells, and then brings showers and thunderstorms to the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and Northeast. Now we are looking at the NAM instead of the HRRR, and as you can see, storms start developing in Texas. It's pretty similar, except a line of storms forms in Ohio. Now here's the GFS. Low pressure systems and strong storms form in the deep south and bring some strong storms to the Ohio Valley, and some relatively normal storms into the northeast. And then the middle to long range forecast just shows multiple rounds for more rain and thunderstorms, and maybe in northern New York and Maine we could be seeing some blizzards. Now here is the European model, and it shows the storm forming being especially strong in the deep south, some strong storms going through the Ohio Valley, and some northeast storms, and then long range again, some snow in the far northern U.S., otherwise storms. One of the primary threats from this will be damaging wind. So just how strong will those wind gusts be? This will answer. So some very strong winds in the deep south occur. If I zoom in there, some 50 miles per hour in some spots, otherwise about 40. Then let's head a little bit more forward, and as you can see in Indiana, right there, a line formed, and it becomes more widespread in eastern Indiana. Looking at that, we are going to see winds of around 72 miles per hour in located spots. Going a little bit further, in most of north central and really most of the northern half of Indiana, you're seeing about 70 miles per hour. This moves into Ohio, and we start seeing 75 hurricane force wind gusts possible in northern Ohio. 76 in Indiana. As it moves out and the winds quickly diminish, and then it moves into New York, Pennsylvania, and we start seeing 60s, does weaken a little bit, 40s through 60 for wind gusts right there. As the low pressure system weakens, it just diminishes quite a bit. Here is how much lightning we will be seeing. Lightning is definitely a threat in this, as we are going to be seeing very frequent clouded ground lightning. We are, as of now, seeing some pretty strong storms. 17.26 in some areas in Texas. As we move on, it moves a bit up north, and we see some strong storms from this. This really 2.52 lightning flashes per kilometer in an hour can be pretty major. We're seeing upwards of 16 here, so this is a really strong storm, so you guys in this area better watch out. And also we have a line of storms in the, near Lake Charles, and that storm kind of collides with each other and heads up north And we get some storms moving into Ohio. Columbus, Ohio will be seeing some pretty strong storms. Then as the cold front droops below it, we have a line of some potentially strong storms. And that storm slowly moves east and then sort of dissipates a little bit. So Rochester, New York, like Buffalo, could be seeing something. Then right here, New York City could be seeing a weak to moderate thunderstorm. Flooding is also a primary concern, upwards of 4 inches in Alabama. Then you head more south about 2. You see about 1 inch on this line there. And then around New York, you're seeing 1 inch or so. Then over in Columbus, Ohio, you're seeing about half an inch. However, a lot of areas are more prone to flooding than New York City. So that's why I put my risk map also correlated to areas that are most vulnerable to flooding.